Hello, I'm on episode number 179, I do believe, of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. This is going to be a Friday Night SmackDown for week 4 of September 2021, and it is the go-home show to No Mercy. And yeah, without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show. The WWE Champion Sami Zayn opens the show, and he's like, you know, Roman, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you finally feel like you've accomplished something here in this company. Because you've been the top guy here for, 6 years now, and you've never really got that personality of yourself. I'm glad you found it, and I'm glad you're trying to get it over at my expense, but I have made a history out of defying the odds. They call me the underdog I'm from the underground for a reason, Roman. And what you did last week to your own uncle, what you made the Usos do to their own father, is disgusting behaviour. And you are, quite frankly, trying to cheat your way back at the top because you can't get over the fact that you're not there anymore. And then Buddy Murphy comes out and Damian Priest both come out because they came out at the end of Raw last week, or SmackDown as well last week. And they're like, look, Sammy, I know you're the WWE champion and you may not need or ask for our help, but you know, the numbers game is pretty heavy, and we're also looking for WWE change opportunities. So I scratch your back, you scratch mine, I guess. So if we help you, because we've just been informed that we're going to be facing the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles at No Mercy, and yeah, once we beat them, that's Roman's little fucking henchman out of the way, and then you'll be free to beat him, and then maybe we'll be able to shot. And then Heyman comes down, and he's like, you know, your tribal chief, he hasn't got the patience to listen to this drivel. If you want to try and stick it to him, you'll face Jacob Fatu and the Usos in a 6-man tag team main event. And they're like, okay, bet. So the main event will be Buddy Murphy, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn against Jacob Fatu and the Usos. Fuck me, that's got an 80. Holy shit. In an 80 rated tag team match. I guess they're now allies. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, both of Bivens Enterprises, defeated the Viking Raiders when AJ pins Eric with a Styles Clash. 76 for Ivar, 68 for Eric, 86 for Kevin Owens, and a 76 from AJ Styles. He got the same rating as Ivar. That's interesting. I guess he's either declining or Ivar's really good. One or the other. Then after the match, Bivens Enterprises, or Bivens himself specifically, takes the microphone and he's like, welcome, the greatest group in SmackDown history. 3 former world champions in Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and Baron Corbin. A future women's champion in Dakota Kai, and the giant Omos. This is the new Bivens Enterprises, and we're here to take over SmackDown. And Big E's like, not Big E, I'm just seeing his face there, that's why I said Big E. Baron Corbin is like, you know, last week I felt disrespected by Randy Orton. How dare he not pick me to be his tag team partner? I'm looking for a fight, and I want anybody out there to come and face me right now. And instead of Orton, it is the man he's been feuding with, that's Big E, who comes out to answer Corbin's challenge. They have a match. Gets a 78, yeah. A 10-minute wild brawl, I guess, is too much for Big E and Corbin, but obviously Big E wins. He defeats Baron Corbin in 9:21 with a big ending. 73 for Big E and a 78 for Baron Corbin. And after the match, Big E's celebrating. He's doing his thing on the top rope, and he gets down from the top rope, he turns around. Boom, he's dropped with an RKO by Randy for a boo. Then Randy kneels down, he grabs a microphone, he says, E, I hope you haven't forgot. Last week, by courtesy of my team winning that tag team match, I get to pick the stipulation for our match at No Mercy, and I've beat you, you've beat me, but I don't want to just beat you one more time, I want to beat you over and over again. That's why, at No Mercy, I realise I've made it seem like it's going to go one way, but it's not going to go that way. It's going to go the other way. We're going to face off in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And that will really prove who the best man is between us two, E. I realised by saying beat him again and again, and made it sound like it was going to be an Iron Man match, but fuck putting Big E in a 30-minute Iron Man match. In real life he could do it, but Big E on this game absolutely could not. So 2 out of 3 falls it is. That'll be a push, probably. Given I don't want it to be like 10 minutes long, there's a 2 out of 3 falls match. But that's what Randy Orton has picked for his stipulation to face Big E at No Mercy. We then cut backstage. Candice and Bayley are having a fight, and they're being held apart by the women's division referees and shit. And Candice is shouting, "No, all you have to do is follow my lead, Bayley. You could be a true role model like me." And Bayley's like, "Why don't you shut the fuck up, ho?" And Pierce is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, none of this. If you two want to fight, you can fight on the No Mercy kickoff show. How about that? Yeah?" And they're both, okay, fine. And then, yeah, so just Candice LeRae and Bayley set for No Mercy. After their weeks of, I guess, a little bit of back and forth. The problem with SmackDown is it's only 2 hours long and filling out an 8-match card. A lot of the time, some feuds have to miss out on shit because you're trying to advance other stuff. It just happens. It's not really an issue with Raw because you get 3 hours. So, what the fuck? 78. Bianca Belair and Mia Yim have a 6-minute match and it gets to 78. Bianca defeats Mia Yim by a KOD in 6 minutes 10. 72 for Bianca, 65 for Mia. And then after the match, not Alexa, Bianca grabs a microphone and she's like, "Girl, where's that Alexa Bliss? Last week you had the nerve. I don't know what's going on with you, girl, but you came up to me and you blew that glitter in my face and nah, I ain't having that. Come out here and get this whooping." So obviously we're expecting blue-haired Sparkle Fairy Alexa Bliss. She was what she looked like last week. But instead, out comes evil heel Alexa Bliss with the Harley Quinn hair. And she's like, "Bianca, what are you on about? But this isn't 2014 anymore. I don't walk around blowing fairy dust in your face, girl. I wasn't here last week. I don't know what your issue is with me or why you've taken issue with me, but you can keep my name out of your mouth. You're going to start spreading lies about me, okay?" And Bianca's like, "Well, you can't fucking fool me. You blew the fucking glitter in my face last week. Don't act all different now, bitch." And Alexa's like, "God, you're not listening. Can you get it through your thick head? I don't do that shit anymore. I'm the goddess now." And Bianca's like, "What the fuck are you on about?" So, a very confusing segment. Alexa not looking like she did last week. She's sort of pigtail goddess phase Alexa Bliss. 70 rated hype video, just a 2-minute segment hyping up this feud, because again, some things had to be sacrificed on this show because I'm building up a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I've done enough fighting between these two women. They're going to face off at No Mercy for the SmackDown Women's title. Whoa, that's a nice tag match. We get the in-ring debuts of Andrews and Webster of Subculture. Danny Luna debuted last week when she beat Billie Kay. But now it's Andrews and Webster's turn to wrestle, and they defeat Dio Madden and Mansoor. 5:45, Andrews pins Mansoor with a shooting star press. 53 for Webster, 62 for Andrews, 58 for Dio, and a 40 for Manny. We then get the Viking Raiders. They're going back to their locker room again. Still angry. We haven't won a fucking match since we came to SmackDown, Eric. And he's like, "I know, it's fucking bullshit." They open their locker room door and they hear a voice. They're like, "You lost again." And they're like, "Well, what the fuck? We know, but who are you?" He's like, This can't keep up, boys. Come follow me." And they're like, "Well, okay." And they enter the room and shut the door. Cesaro and Riddle are just chilling backstage. Cesaro's fucking sinking beers in a suit, throwing darts getting a bullseye every time because he's the most interesting man in the world. And Riddle's just next to him, just babbling on a load of shit. Like, if he does again, hey, bro, I heard a story one time. There was a squirrel, right, bro? And he hid the nut, and he found it, bro. And can you believe it, bro? And Cyrus just there, he's not paying attention, he's just pinging darts on the dartboard. He's like, you know, bro, you've got your match against Bobby Roode at No Mercy, bro, and I've got my in-ring debut against Elias, bro. And we're both gonna kick so much ass, bro. It's gonna be so cool. Anyway, bro, it was nice chatting with you. Have fun. And then Riddle leaves. And Cesaro then takes his sunglasses down and he just gives a little nod of respect because they're baby faces at the end of the day. And it's just a nice, funny interaction between two men. I feel like I've built their matches enough. So, yeah. 56, right. This match gives me a lot of explaining. So, it would have been announced, obviously, via Twitter. They'd have done this all on Twitter, or shit. We're like, because, we're not iconic anymore. And then Peyton Royce, she lost a singles match. And then Billie Kay, she lost a singles match. So, we're trying to find out who the weak link really is. And let's face each other one-on-one. Double pin. Because fuck you, random feud generator. I'm not going to break them up. I'm going to take this as a learning lesson for them. They draw this match. Double pin. And then they sort of just sit in the ring and reflect, and they're like, you know, maybe we both still iconic, but we just need to approach this from a different angle. And Billy's like, yeah, maybe we do, Peyton, yeah. And they hug, and they're still together, because I'm not breaking them up, but I technically did the feud. But, yeah, this version of the Iconics, I guess, is going to be no more, because I'm going to use this feud as a way to sort of reset them. Because they're going to go away for a bit, and then when they come back, they'll be ready to go, and hopefully be more valuable assets of the women's tag division. But the fucking randomizer made me do the feud, so I did it. Happy? There's the segment I was on about them reflecting on everything. 75? What the fuck? Why is that so good? Drew Gulak is a beast. But because Dabba-Kato pinned him in the tag match last week, it only seems fair that he gets a United States title shot. And Drew Gulak spends 6 minutes trying to figure out how to chop down the big man. He works over the legs, he tries to neutralise the size advantage, until eventually he locks him in that cradle. 1, 2, 3, and he retains the title to go on to face Mustafa Ali at No Mercy for the United States title. But not before one last beatdown from the message. Ali, Kushida, Dabba-Kato, even Mia, and Ali picks up the title. He's like, look at this. You're United States champion, Mustafa Ali. This, you see, in my America, you're the foreigner, Gulak. People like you are looked down upon while we can prosper and live our lives the way we want to. So I hope you enjoyed your 5 minutes of fame with my title, because I'm taking it back this Sunday. Roman's chilling in his locker room in his big chair. And he's just listening to him and he's going, my tribal chief, Sami Zayn, he wants to fight the Usos and Jacob Fatu. And Damian Priest and Buddy Murphy are going to fight them for the SmackDown Tag Team titles at No Mercy. And tonight they've got a 6-man tag team match. And remember, like, shush. He's like, he doesn't look away, he just keeps looking straight ahead. As he does, and he's like, you know what to do, boys. Jimmy, Jay, last week you took your own father out. Because there's no room for weakness in this group, in this family, in this bloodline. So you know what happens if you show weakness out there. Don't disappoint me. And then he's like, whoa, Oos, I just up. And then Roman just sort of looks at him. He's like, got it, Oos. Come on, Jacob. And then they will leave to go out for the main event. But first and foremost, we get a 69 rated 1 minute segment hyping up this week's Mixed Match Challenge matches. It's the final first round of matches. It's going to be the A-lists, Aaliyah and The Miz, who sort of haven't really been getting along recently. Aaliyah sort of went off on her own with the girls and Robert Stone, but they're still got paired up in this, and they're going to be facing against Damian Priest and Shotzi Blackheart. And then Kevin Owens is going to team with Billy fucking Kai against Makimura, the team of Shinsuke Nakamura and Maki. 93. Holy shit, what a match. But the Bloodline do win. Jacob Fatu pins Buddy Murphy with a Samoan drop. No weakness shown here in the Bloodline as they stand tall to win the show. They the ones, if I do say so. 89 for Sammy, 75 for Priest, and 90 for Buddy, 77 for both Usos, and a 79 for Jacob Fatu. 90-rated show. Boom. That's a banger. But of course, what matters more than the 90s what you thought of the show. But you can leave your comments after we've got through the first round matches of the Mixed Match Challenge. Mixed Match Challenge time. We start with the 10-minute Raw recap as part of the course in these segments, because again I don't want to turn booking times off because I'll forget to put them back on. We then get everybody's talking in here, which is fine. That's why, because Aaliyah and Shotzi are talking. So Miz, Aaliyah, Shotzi, Damian Priest hype up the match. Coming up next, which gets a 82. What the fuck? That's nice. Aaliyah is in an 82 rated match. But Damian Priest and Shotzi defeat the Miz and Aaliyah when Damian Priest pins the Miz with a Reckoning. 51 for Aaliyah, 81 for the Miz, 69 for Shotzi Blackheart, and a 75 for Damian Priest. We then get the 10-minute SmackDown recap ahead of the No Mercy pay-per-view this Sunday, or the happenings that went on SmackDown this week. We then get the main event hype segment, the last match of the first round. KO, K-A-Y-O, against Makimura. And they all cut a promo about why they're the best teams, and the dynamic between Kevin Owens and Billie Kay would be fucking hilarious. Because she's like, oh, we're gonna fucking do this, this, and this, and Kevin's just got his head in his hand, he's rubbing his head, he's like, oh, fuck off. And then a gif from the gods. Rick Boogs and Jay Flo perform a duet entrance theme for Nakamura and Makimura for their match. And obviously Team Makimura win. They defeat Billie Kay and Kevin Owens. Maki pins Billie Kay with a diving headbutt. 44 for Billie, 69 for Maki, 82 for Kevin Owens, and 89 for Shinsuke. And that wraps up the first round of the Mixed Match Challenge. And the show gets an 89. That's pretty fucking good. But what matters more is what you thought of the show. And SmackDown, obviously. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for episode 180, which will be Raw's Unforgiven pay-per-view. See you then.